Okay. Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of B&B Sports Talk. And today I'm going to be talking about the NBA Finals and kind of doing a review, talking about the future of the teams as well. And something I want to talk about is Tim Duncan, will he retire or not? And maybe talk about LeBron a little bit, his legacy and whatnot. So here we go. Reviewing the finals. So the Spurs won in 5 games. They won game 1, lost game 2, and then won 3, 4, and 5. And they were dominant in this series. I mean, they were even ahead in game 2, I believe, by like a fair amount. So they could have easily swept the Heat, but but the Spurs, I mean, they're the best team probably that I have ever seen. I mean, the way they just move the ball, it's just I mean, I know you hear this a lot, but it's the way basketball should be played. I mean, I love the Spurs because they're not all about the highlights, and no one really cares about being the man. It's just all the humility and just the unselfishness, and it's such a well-run franchise. I'm really like the Spurs. I'm a fan now. I've been a fan for a little bit now, but I like them a lot. They're an amazing team. I personally would rather watch excellent ball movement than somebody like, something like the Clippers with Lob City where they just dunk and style. That's just me, but and the other great thing about him, you never know who's gonna do the damage. I mean, it could be Parker, Ginobili, or Duncan taking over. They can all take over a game. It could be Danny Green with his three-point shooting. Kawhi Leonard, by the way, he's awesome. He's become my favorite NBA player. Kawhi Leonard, he can take over a game. He did. He took over the series, basically. And he can do all kinds of different things. You can have guys off the bench like Patty Mills can take over a game with his three-point shooting. Boris Diaw can take over a game. I mean, you got so many guys who can take over the game. So if somebody's off, like in this last game, Parker was way off, he got going late, but it didn't matter because it just didn't matter because everyone else was playing. And that's the thing about Miami is really LeBron in this series was the only guy who was capable of taking over. And I love Dwayne Wade. I've always loved Dwayne Wade, but he just couldn't do it. I mean, I don't know. From what I understand, he kind of needs to play 3 weeks, take 2 weeks off, type of thing. So the whole stretch of a playoffs, the whole 4 rounds where he's needed, he's unable to handle that kind of stretch of play. So I don't know what can be done about that. I mean, you can't really sit out during the playoffs. So I don't know, but um, so anyway, the Spurs are just the best team. I mean, I was obviously happy because I picked them. You might, if you may have seen the video where we picked our Darren and I picked our NBA predictions, and I picked the Spurs over the Heat, so I was pretty happy that I got it right. But yeah. So now let's talk a little bit about the looking forward. Tim Duncan, I really have a strong feeling that he is going to stay. I just have a feeling. I think he still has a passion for the game. Excuse me. And I think he realizes that his team, why can't they do it again next year or even the year after? I mean, win another championship. I mean, if you look at it, the young guys like Leonard and Green and Mills and Splitter, I mean, they're only going to get better. And Parker is still fairly young, so he's always seems to have some kind of problem from year to year injury wise. But I just think when you look at this team, they're going to be just as good, if not better, next year if they can re-sign Diao and Mills and obviously keep Duncan and Ginobili. And that's a lot of ifs, I guess, but I just think when you look at it like Duncan, as far as I think he's looking at, I think he's got to be looking at this like that, we can win another championship, and that would add to his legacy. And like people always say, he doesn't need another championship. Well, championships are important. I mean, they don't hurt, If he got another one, he would have 6. And that would obviously tie Michael Jordan. And Duncan's already one of the best players ever. So, he could climb up the list. And another good point is that I think as long as he's played, he's still in really good condition because Greg Popovich is very good at managing his players' minutes. I believe the number was no player on the Spurs during the regular season averaged more than 30 minutes a game. I believe that's what the number was. Which I believe that was a record. No one's ever done that before. And that just shows you how deep they are. But it also shows that Tim Duncan, he can play longer because he's not asked to carry a load that other guys might have to carry in their careers. And I just think he can. The other thing is his game is not based on athleticism. It's based on fun. I mean, they call him the big fundamental. I mean, it's all about fundamentals. His footwork and his passing, and that's not going anywhere. So that's how I look at it. So let's talk about LeBron real quick. The Heat, since they've come together, this group, they're only 2-2 in finals, which, you could say that's a fail, I guess. I mean, 2 championships is still pretty good, but I think LeBron is an all-time great talent, but I think in the end, he just doesn't have that killer will, that killer instinct. He just doesn't have it, and that's what he is keeping him from reaching that, Jordan type, group, I guess. So, I just think when it's really time, he just doesn't consistently there. He just isn't consistently there for you, is what I've noticed. I mean, so, so I better cut it short there. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more sports talk videos. And thank you very much for watching.